K-pop Demon Hunters Rumi jacket. How did I do this? I didn't buy it, I did it myself, and this is how. Here we go. So first things first, I went ahead and found a yellow pleather jacket from the thrift store, and this is it right here. You can already see some of the wear and tear and some of the damage. It's not necessarily the best jacket, but because it's pleather, it's going to be really easy to use acrylic paint and paint over this. I could sew something, but it's actually a lot cheaper, easier, and faster for you to just start with a yellow jacket base. It doesn't have to be pleather. I've found that other materials can be painted over pretty easily, but as you can see, this is the one I've chosen to start with. So I got this at the Goodwill. I think I bought it for like $14.99. I think that's what it says right there. And honestly, I thought it was a pretty good deal. It wasn't on sale. I would have rather it been on sale, but I mean, what can you do? So the first thing I'm going to start off with is basically just cutting this jacket. And because I have this little mannequin thing, I'm able to kind of see where it's going to be laying on my body. So I'm trying to cut it right along the waistline. It seems like Rumi's jacket is just about there, and I just kind of winged it. Next, I'm going to start off with a black acrylic paint because I'm going to start with the bottom, the part that I just cut. I'm going to create an extra black layer here. Gives it a little bit dimension, and then you can't see how ugly I cut it from the bottom. And so the next thing I'm going to be doing is just adding all the little details. Alright, in this next section, I'm totally going to mute myself because the audio was absolutely terrible. And don't mind me, I am wearing a Tinky Winky shirt, and my sisters thought it'd be funny to do my makeup and do my hair because I was Tinky Winky. So that there on my face is their beautiful makeup job, and they had a lot of fun doing this to me. But anyways, I'm just basically talking about what my next step is going to be, which is putting the shoulder thingamajig that Rumi has. I'm just trying to explain here that I use this for another cosplay and I pretty much hoard everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this because I'm lazy. But you can make your own. You can utilize simple craft foam. You can cut it and glue it. I literally just use regular hot glue or whatever. And if you put a little heat, it does help shape it as well. If you want to make one that's a little bit more accurate, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because it's easier and I already have it. So that's what I'm gonna do there. And I think right now I'm just explaining how I'm going to be taking on the next step of coloring and figuring out how I'm going to piece it together. For this next section, I basically took this old purse from the Goodwill, and I'm going to use the zipper on this because it was cheaper to do this than to actually buy a zipper. So I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to use hot glue and glue that baby right on here because it's just the little details. And again, it's just regular hot glue. I use hot glue for everything. It really works. Next, I'm going to start off with some of the red, and I'm going to be outlining the Rumi lettering and putting a ton of layers on this. Okay, so I really didn't want to paint these letters on the jacket, so cheat sheet, we just cropped it right out of the screenshot, enhanced it, and now I'm going to be printing two different sizes to see which one works. So cross your fingers. That's looking good. We got two different. So now that I've cheated and printed this little Rumi wording here, I'm gonna place it with the little sticker just to hold it in place so that I can fix the wording around it and I know how it's gonna look. So it's just a temporary kind of fix. So as you can see, you can use acetone remover to fix any little inconveniences or errors you might make. Just be careful because acetone will also discolor the jacket. But using that, I was able to piece it together, and then I'm going to focus on coloring the side. Now, this is going to be super fast forwarded because I just freehanded the art and it took a lot of layers. So just be careful with the layering, it's going to take a while. And of course, like I said, I'm just going to be using hot glue to put the little shoulder pad thing that I had. And I'm going to color over it a little bit just to adjust some of the colors. And one of the last steps I'm going to be doing is adding all the little details to the jacket. As you can see here, everything is just layering and freehanding. Just do the best you can. It looks a lot better from far away than it does from close up. And same concept, layering on the sleeves and adding the details. The black outline really goes a long way. So I really recommend that if you mess up, just fix it with the black outline at the end
Here
and
is the
you'll be fine.
finished product. As you can see, I completed the sleeves as best as possible. This part ripped, don't look at that. We got the Rumi at the top. We got this designs over here done. It took a lot of layering. This is kind of ugly, but it looks good from far away. And then check out the other sleeve. I am missing some little details on there, but I think for the sake of just writing, it's pretty much good to go. All right, so it's done. We are good. Amazing. It worked out better than I thought. I hope it doesn't fall apart too much, but it's cool.
Well, that's it, guys. There you have it. For everybody that's been asking about my jacket, it was pretty simple to piece it together and it held together while I was out writing. I will say that because there's a lot of bending or like and movement going on while riding, the jacket has gotten some minor little tears because it is pleather and with heat and like sun damage, it will eventually start ripping. So I'm probably gonna have to get another jacket. But so far, I love the look. The bottoms and the shoes were all from the thrift store as well. So I mean, honestly, just kind of thrift as much as you can. It's a lot cheaper and it's easier.